Alrighty, we have our study guide here. I'm going to go over just a couple questions in each box and try and go through them with you, and you guys will be responsible for the rest of them. So the first one here is just find the missing side length. So these were the ones that we were using our right angle to label A, B, and C. And then we have to do our A squared plus B squared equals C squared. We have 36 squared plus 77 squared equals C squared. We have 36 times 36 is equal. 36 times 36 is equal to 1,296 plus 77 times 77, which is equal to 5,925. All of that equals C squared. You add those two together, you get 7,225 equals C squared. So you find the square root of 7,225, and you get C is equal to 85. So you're going to do the same thing with the next three. This one you're missing your B, this one you're missing your C, and this one you're missing your B. The next one is kind of a word problem. This is an isosceles triangle, right triangle. The legs of the isosceles each measure 10 inches. Find the length of the hypotenuse. So you have an isosceles right triangle, which isosceles just means that two of the lengths are the same. So you have this one and this one that are both 10. And because you're finding the hypotenuse, you know that one's C that you're trying to find. So these two could be A or B. So you get A squared plus B squared equals C squared. You get 10 squared plus 10 squared is equal to C squared. 100 plus 100 is equal to C squared. 200 is equal to C squared, and then the square root of 200 is equal to C. So the square root of 200 is 14.1. So C is equal to 14.1. You can go ahead and try the next one, remembering that the longest side is always going to be your hypotenuse, so you have C here. Here is applying it to real world problems. So you can apply it to word problems. The biggest thing with these is draw a picture. If you do not draw a picture, it will become that much harder. Peter is trying to get his cat out of a tree in his backyard. The cat is 12 feet above the ground. Peter sets the base of the ladder 9 feet away from the tree to avoid some mud. How long does the ladder need to be in order to reach the cat? So the first thing, I'm going to draw the tree. And I know the cat is 12 feet up, so I know this side is 12 feet. He places it in order 9 feet away, so I know this is going to be 9 feet. How tall does the ladder need to be? So this would be my C, this would be my A, and my B. I get A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. I get 9 squared plus 12 squared is equal to C squared. 81 plus 144 is equal to C squared. 81 plus 144 is equal to 225 equal to C squared. The square root of 225 is equal to C, which is 15 is equal to C. So this one is really nice. They have the triangle drawn for you. Remember that if it is telling you the whole length and you're trying to solve the height here, you would only need half of that length. And then you have these next two where you've got to fill it in. I can explain using the I can explain and use the Pythagorean theorem converse. This is basically if they give you the measurements you're trying to see if it's a right triangle. So here, again, your longest side will always be C. And then you can label either one A or B. So you get A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. You have C squared plus 8 squared is equal to 12 squared. You have 36 plus 48, or not plus 48, 64, I'm sorry. Plus 64 is equal to 144. You have 100 equal to 144, which is not equal to 144. So this is not a right triangle because 6 squared plus 8 squared does not equal to 12 squared. And you would do that for all of these. I can explain a proof. I can explain a proof of the Pythagorean theorem, which is just kind of you're hitting it in the middle of a step. So if the area of 3 is 80, the area of 2 is 100, what's the area of 1? So if that is a right triangle, you know that A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Well, you know that A squared is already 80 here. We're going to call this A and this B and then this C. So we know that A is here, B is here. So instead of squaring those two numbers, because they've already been squared to find the area, you can just write them like that, is equal to C squared. And here, you're not trying to find what C is. It says what is the area of square 1. So you're actually trying to find what C squared is. So it would just be 180 is equal to C squared. So the area of 1 would be C times C, or C squared. So it would be equal to 180. And you're going to do similar to the same thing. Looking here, we have the perimeter is 104 of square 1. So if the perimeter is 104, you have C here, right? Because it's across from that right angle. So you have C plus C plus C. So 104 divided by 4, because you would have to add all those up, would give you what C is by itself. So 104 divided by 4 is equal to 26. And then the square and the area of 2 is 576. So you have to take 576 and find the square root of it to find the measure of B here. So the square root of 576 is 24. So then you can use your A squared plus B squared equals C squared to find the length of side 3. So you actually have to do A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Go ahead and do that. A squared plus 24 squared is equal to 26 squared. 24 times 24 is equal to 576. 26 times 26 is equal to 676. And when you subtract the 576, you subtract the 576, you get that A squared is equal to 100, and then the square root of 100 is equal to 10. So the side length of 3, or A, would be equal to 10.